What's up, y'all? I am back for another video. Today, I'm doing a movie that I've never seen before. This is a first time for me. I watched the first Insidious. At the time, I just was not really into, like, paranormal horror at the time, so I just didn't watch it, but man, did I miss out. Because holy shit, this movie's good. The characters, I thought the acting was great. Genuinely, one of the few movies that have good kid actors in it. The scares are very well done. That scene where you first see the red faced demon behind Patrick, it's one of that shot is so iconic. That's like one of those. That's an iconic shot. Like that goes with like just one of the greatest horror movie shots in general. Like I think it's that good. Like that shit is genuine. I think this movie's genuinely scary. Like it doesn't rely on jump scares, or if it does have a jump scare, it's actually a very well done one. Um, But basically, yeah, this family moves in this house. They're followed by demons, and this is where Josh, the son, not Josh, Dalton, gets taken over by a demon, and he gets put into a coma. Time jump. Weird shit start happening in the house. That scene when Renee gets up from like she started seeing some shit. So she woke up, and then she would see you see this like demon, like not demon, like ghost entity, or just whatever you want to call it, just walking back and forth in the window. That shot is so scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that got me. And I don't usually really get scared of shit, but I gotta be honest, like, this movie is genuinely well done. Like, the scares are good. The cinematography is good. Good characters. Like, I think this family feels like a real family, you know? Like, obviously, like, it starts off, like, kind of Josh initially doesn't believe any of this shit, but then more weird shit starts to happen. So they move, but then more shit starts happening when they move back to a different house. And this is where we find out that uh, the demons are following them, and because they want to, because these entities want to basically be on a bridge between the dead and like the real world, and then they want to basically use Dalton as like as a way to bring him to the real world. So that's when we find out about the further, and that Josh actually as a kid actually used to astral project. It was a very hidden secret. That scene when they go into it is so good. Like this is one of the things I like about this movie too, is it goes, man. Like it pretty much once it starts, like it just doesn't stop. Like it goes like just a freight train. Um. So yeah. So basically, they want to get their boy back. They have to go into the further, and Josh has to tap into his astral projection. And yeah, it's such a good movie. And the scene where they do the attempted seance is so fucking good. Oh my god, that scene with like when the demon takes over the boy, holy shit, just fucking everybody up. Like that scene, like that they really didn't hold back. And I think just the cinematography alone, the way that the camera would like heighten the tension a lot of the time, like even with that scene with with Renee waking up and seeing those demons, like the camera work where you're like right on her face is almost like you woke up with her. Like they really make you feel like, I love when a movie tries to make you almost feel like you're in the movie, and I think there are points in this that is like that, you know? When Elise goes into her visions and all this stuff, and the ending, holy shit. They think, because Josh goes into the further, has to fight off a lot of the demons, and basically, like, there's even the scenes where you're seeing, like, Josh actually can get hurt. Because on the outside, where you're seeing, like, Josh's body reacting kind of what's happening. So I just love the I think that's the good thing I really love about this movie is the creativity. It doesn't feel like it's copying another movie. Like, it's very unique. So that ending, though, where you think Josh got his family, Dalton's back, everything seems fine, and then just nope. Josh freaks out and attacks Elise. You think something's wrong, but then we find out that Josh was taken over by that demon lady he saw earlier that he saw earlier that he always saw as a child, and then um, Renee finds the body, and then you assume it's Josh, but obviously the voice sounds a bit different because Josh is probably possessed at this point, or at least it just that ending is so good. It's like holy shit, man. That they really, I think, did a good job. Man, that's how you do an ending. So I'm interested to see where the second one goes. I hope it's good because man, that ending of the first one is just holy shit. Overall, I'd give this film a 9, maybe even 9.1 to 9.5. It's almost a 9.5. I really like it. This is gonna definitely be one I'm definitely adding to the watch list probably for like Halloween time. Just such a well done movie. The acting, the cinematography, genuinely well done scares, not relying on jump scares. And the one jump scare where Renee sees the dresser, she sees his like feet, thinks it's something, and then it turns out it's one of her kids like pranking her. But like you genuinely thought that was a well done jump scare. It wasn't just like loud sound, shitty loud sound. That's it. You know what a lot of jump scares do now, where yeah, it's just loud sound or loud music. No, they actually tried with this. So yeah. So I'm interested to see where the second one goes. So that'll be next Thursday. Tomorrow I will be doing Punisher Warzone, which I cannot wait to watch. I love that movie. That is one of my favorite Punisher movies. Yeah, it's cheesy. It's not as good as the Thomas Jane one, but I do love it. It's a fun action movie. They go balls to the wall ballistic. That opening action scene, like they hold back on the violence. That's one of the reasons I like it, because there are a lot of Punisher movie comics. So I meant to say comics that are like that, where it's more just balls to the wall action, just him fucking up motherfuckers. So I think that's what this movie kind of was going for. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. But let's get into Insidious. So the movie opens up, yeah, we see like this seemingly normal family. Josh is a teacher. The mom, everyone's, normal family. Then one night, Dalton's like looking for something in the basement. He sees a figure and it like attacks him. He ends up getting put into a coma. And like, yeah, like this movie, like, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, everything seems normal, and then yeah, like that's what I love about horror movies. Is always like one of the things I like is the start. So yeah, you think everything's normal. Yeah, seemingly normal family. And then yeah, so Dalton ends up getting hurt, into a coma, and we have a time jump, and they're still at the house, and at this point, weird shit is starting to happen now. Like, one night Renee thought she saw Dalton walking around. There's a bloody handprint on the bed. She's starting to see like figures. Like when she's watching over the baby, you could see someone like appear behind this blind thing, and I'm, oh my god, like that shot was fucking good. And then Josh obviously kind of scoffs at it because he thinks it's just nothing. Josh gets home late, and he and Renee basically get into an argument. And I'm kind of happy they didn't go the route of oh, he's cheating or something, because that's what I initially thought when she was like, why are you home late? It's mainly because she's scared and she wants her husband. It's just kind of nice to see something like that. Like they didn't go that cringy cheat route like a lot of other movies probably would have done. So he's sleeping on the couch, and so she one night has a nightmare, and this is where we see that shot where she wakes up and she's starting to see figures walking like on outside of the window. And man, that shot is so good. It's creepy, dude. It's like, okay, that would you know why I think this movie works is it really taps into people's primal fears, and that's what a horror movie should do. A good one, anyway. It should almost tap into your primal fear, where I'm like, okay, I kind of can put myself in, like, oh my god, imagine you waking up in the morning and you're not. It wasn't the morning, but it was like the middle of the night, and you're seeing that shit. So the creature, something attacks her, and then Josh manages to get to her in time because he hears her screaming, and they end up moving out of the house. Everything seems fine now, but then uh starting to happen again, and Renee brings in Elise, this paranormal, like, kind of like psychic, along with her paranormal team. And Josh initially kind of scoffs at everything and doesn't believe it, but then he starts seeing signs, and then this is where we meet, or a little bit before we meet Lorraine, sorry, Lorraine, who's Josh's mom, who we find out that, I know I'm jumping ahead, but I'm just going to get into it, because I actually think this scene is one of my favorite scenes in the movie. So at this point, they brought back, no, a little bit before, we find out Josh, that used to have, kind of like Dalton has, he carried over, that he can astral project, because we find out that at 8 years old, he projected this demon, like, crazy looking lady as a kid. And one of his things is he doesn't want to take pictures is because he fears that she would appear, basically, kind of thing. Like this, I just like the lore of this movie builds, and that's when we bring in the further, and that basically it's like almost like a parallel between a link between our world and basically the dead world, where these um, basically tortured souls, different souls, like all, and obviously they're setting it up like he has to go in there. Initially, Josh, thinks she's lying and calls her a scam artist, so kicks her out, but then finds something that basically proves it's true, so he calls her back. They initially do an attempted seance, and that's where I don't think it was Dalton, because Dalton was still in a coma at this point, because he was pretty much in the coma for a lot of the movie. No, it was Dalton. Never mind. Yeah, so Dalton gets taken over by the demon and starts basically fucking everybody up before Elise basically manages to kind of snap him out of it. But that whole scene was fucking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting, like, oh shit. It was, yeah, like, they genuinely did everything well in this. Like, Elise is almost like the character that gives you, like, that knows about this shit. And I do like how much of it. One of my things that gets me in a positive way is when a movie the world feels lived in, and there's like all this shit going on even before the movie. I think this one did like a really good job with its world building. Even with just the first movie, the way they go into the further, and it's explained for pretty much everyone to understand. It's not complicated or anything like that. They kept it simple. I think that's one of the things that makes why I think this movie worked for me. It's just how simple it is. So they managed to put Josh in a seance and basically kind of tap into his astral projection, and he does. He manages to get into the further. And this is where we first see the red door. And that scene when he sees like the creepy girl, that was also going to be an option for my thumbnail. It's the smiling girl with the shotgun who killed her family. Like, that was very creepy. Gets attacked by the one of the demons that attacked the seance earlier. Um, and you were seeing like while Josh is getting like attacked, you could see like the actual effects on the outside while everyone like I love that. Like I think that's a good way to kind of it's a way to go back and forth where you get the people who are watching over him on the outside while Josh is in the further. It's so good. Like they also I think the transition they do it very seamlessly. It doesn't just feel like janky. Yeah, he manages to wise up and yeah, he gets Josh and then Dalton tries to get out. This is where he confronts the red demon. That's what I'm gonna call it. It's a creepy, like has fucking hooves. And when it actually comes, the house starts fucking shaking. Like it's, they really did a good job. Like you feel like you're in the fucking movie. Like you feel like you're there. I think that's what a good movie, not just horror movie, I just think good movie in general. Like you feel like you're part of the movie, and I think they did a good job with that. And the fucking red demon looks fucking creepy as fuck. And everything seems normal, but Josh manages to make it back. Adult and everything seems normal. He's reunited with his family, but then we see Josh freak out on Elise because she took a picture and just starts snapping, and then he starts strangling her and kills her. And then we hear a scream. Renee finds her, screams, and then you hear like "I'm here" or something, and Renee turns around like kind of scared. So I really like this ending. I like this kind of. It's a cliffhanger ending, but if they really wanted, this could honestly work. But I'm okay. I'm interested to see Insidious 2, because for all I know, Insidious 2 could be a fucking masterpiece. So maybe, we'll see. So I really love this one, though. This one was really good, and I regret not seeing it in theaters. This would have been a great theater experience. Just some of the shots alone, I'm like, I would have been amazing to see in theaters. That whole seance scene, that was fucking crazy. Not just Dalton freaking out. You got some of these other creatures showing up and attacking everybody. You're like, holy shit. Or when you first see the red demon, like that's legendary. That shot's gonna stay forever. Josh there, and then the fucking demons behind. Like, okay, that's scary imagery. That's scary imagery right there. And yeah, I just love everything about this movie. That's what a good. It's probably definitely one of the best horrors of the 2010s. If we're gonna be real, this would have to be up there. I don't know if I would say it's my favorite, but it's definitely up there for sure, though, because man, the simplicity of this movie. And even the poster, just the creepy shot of Dalton in red. Yeah, you don't necessarily know what it's about. You just some possession kind of. You think it's just some kind of possession film. So I love it. I wish I saw this at the time. Yeah. So 9 out of 10. Definitely would watch. This is gonna definitely be like a yearly watch now. Like I'm probably gonna watch this every like close to Halloween kind of movie for sure. Um, Patrick Wilson, I think, did a really good job, and even whoever played Kid Josh was pretty good. Renee is my favorite character. I think her whole like she played a believably. It was like kind of like psychological at times. She seemed normal, and then just the crazier shit she started to see. Yeah, it's like she really did a good job, and Elise was good. That scene where she goes into the lore is so good. So definitely recommend this movie. I'm happy I watched it. So, but Punisher Warzone, I'm gonna be reviewing tomorrow, and uh, it's one of my favorite Punisher movies. Like I said, it has its problems. Like the cop, I don't really need that character. I would have probably, even though they team up in the end, I don't really need that character. For me, one of the things I liked about Punisher, the Thomas Jane one, it was just Punisher. I didn't need like an extra cop character. Like, it's this cop who's been like hunting him. I didn't really need that element in the movie. everything else. I think Jigsaw is great. I love how violent it is. Ray Stevenson is such an imposing Punisher. You also have I don't remember. I can't think of her name right now, but I know her Darla from Buffy, but she's also in Rambo, the Rambo 4. So she's in like a couple of movies. But yeah, the casting's pretty good. I think it's a genuinely good movie. It's not as strong as the Thomas Jane one, but I do like it. So I'll be doing that tomorrow. Insidious is awesome. Can't wait to check out part 2. And yeah, so cheers one more time, and then I'm gonna peace out. All right, y'all. Peace.